What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another FFB War of the Visions video here today, guys. And after really thinking about this whole thing with the banner, with Rain and fryevia and everything else, I need to make this video, and I want to just say straight up first about the channel. So we want to be 100 with you guys. We are not the kind of YouTuber that is going to hype up every banner, tell you guys to pull on a banner when it's not beneficial, regardless if the unit is an exclusive global unit, regardless if it's a super waifu, whatever the case may be. In my opinion, I'm going to tell you guys straight up, is this worth your viz? Is this worth your money? Is this worth your time and investment? And I'm going to tell you guys straight up, if you guys do not care about that and you want to pull, that's totally up to you. You guys can do that. If you guys want to go follow another YouTuber that's going to hype up every banner that Gumi puts out and not be 100 with you guys and have you guys spend tons of money without getting a good bang for your buck for a good investment, then go find another YouTuber. But I want to be that guy that wants to be 100 with you guys and help you guys out the best you can. So if you guys have watched any of my other videos in our playlist, anything else for War of the Visions, and you guys are going to look for one piece of advice that I have made on this channel for this game, this needs to be the video you guys strongly consider. Now, I'm going to say this straight up. Unless you guys are RR9 and above in this game, this is a hard skip banner regardless of any situation. If you guys are just like, she's waifu, I want her, whatever, you do you. But if you guys are wanting to actually have a good account, make wise investments for your Visor, for your time, for your resources, this needs to be a skip banner, guys. Straight up. And I'm going to go into the video today now of why this is a skip banner. Verified completely in the yellow text here. fryevia is time limited. She is only going to be available during this time period. We have no idea if she will ever return because this is the first global exclusive character we ever got. This was completely unexpected, her being a Final Fantasy Brave Exvius original character. Every other Final Fantasy Brave Exvius character, including Rain that's coming on the same day she is in the regular pool. So let's hop into the other bits of information I'm going to go over of why this. Alright guys, so we're going to be using another time-limited event that Global recently had with the Final Fantasy Tactics banner to show you guys why this unit is going to be severely harder to next impossible unless you are willing to spend probably $1,000 on the game this week. So, let's look at Ramza and Orlando. Now, these guys, on top of them being in the regular summon shop, which you guys can obviously exchange medals, which I'm sure fryevia and Rain will have as well. If you guys summon on the banner, you will get 100 medals per multi-summon, and you can exchange those medals for shards. But the big thing here, now, Rain is going to have a shard event, right, when you pull him. You can only do that event, though, if you actually pull Rain. You cannot partake in the event if you don't. Now, the difference here is we look at the Final Fantasy Tactics event medal exchange. This event you guys could do if you didn't have Ramza or Orlando. You guys could get 80 shards of them absolutely free to play, no Visor, no money, no anything, at a relatively easy time. You guys had the opportunity to do this in both solo player and in multiplayer. You guys could not even use stamina to get these guys 80 shards. So you're not going to have this with fryevia unless they randomly drop this. I'm recording this on Tuesday afternoon. So unless they randomly drop a new event exchange on tomorrow morning, which they didn't let us know about in Monday's patch or in Tuesday's patch, then, you know, that whole concept could be out the door. But I don't see them doing that, to be honest. I really don't see them doing that. This isn't like a big collaboration like the Tactics collaboration was. I don't think they're going to be doing that. So you guys had that there. On top of that, even Orlando, while Ramza did have the daily purchase bonus, where you guys could get shards of Ramza, and then Ramza also had shards you guys could get from the bingo event. Orlando actually had his own mission as well that came out after the first week of the event, where you get 40 more additional shards. So for Orlando, you could get 120 additional shards from that. And then Ramza was something, I think, like 160 shards you can get from that. So Ramza definitely was better. So we're talking about just shards. Now there's also the RNG factor of you having to pull him. We'll have to see what the rates are going to be, and if Rain and fryevia are going to be on the same banner, and if they decide to split the featured UR banner rate, or if they both will have a 0.8% chance to pull them respectively, or if they're split in half and the rate to pull them is going to be 0.4. That is another big factor to consider, guys, is since they're both units and not a unit vision card, that they could even split their rate in half, which could make them even harder to pull. So keep that in mind. So you guys had that whole thing to go about there. Now there is going to be, in the mission tab, I'm actually going to go back there real fast into the game and show you. Sorry about that, guys. All right, we did find it here. So here you guys go. There are some more shards you guys can get for fryevia as well. So, but this requires you to spend 50,000 Visor to get all these shards, and this still is not going to equate to 80. You're going to get 60, 70. Actually, you will get 80. So, in a nutshell, you guys can get about the same as you did with Orlando and Ramza. Well, Orlando at least. But it's actually having to spend Visor to get the shards. It's not like you're just going to get them for free for just guarding an event. So you have to spend 50,000 Visor to get the same amount of shards as you guys did for Orlando. So I did want to bring that up there. Like I said, for this whole time limited system, but basically you can get 80 shards there, and then you can get 40 from the daily purchase bonus, right? So you guys can do that. So that's going to take off 120 of the 600 you need. So you're still going to need 480 shards more to get her max limit broken. So that's still quite a lot. So that means you're going to have to be buying shards. There's no other way unless you're pulling dupes. You're going to be able to exchange, obviously, some of the pulls you guys got from the banner. You guys can exchange for some shards there. So that whole number is, I can't really calculate that because that's going to be different for every person. Someone that pulls it on the first pull is only going to have 100 coins. Someone that pulls them in like 15k viz is going to obviously have way more. So I can't really calculate that as far as like a average number. But, you know, the whole thing of you guys would have to spend 50,000 Visor in order, which you probably will if you're going to be going for this unit, which like I said, I strongly recommend you do not do. You guys probably would spend 50,000 Visor within the time period, so you guys probably would be able to get all those mission endeavors. But like I said, it's not free. The tactics event was free. You weren't required to do that. That's the big kicker there. So now if we go into also, I did want to mention real quick. Let's go back to the game real fast. When they updated this, the skill description, the incorrect, this is actually a nerf to her already. So she had her incorrect range was 3, area height of 1. Correct range height of 1, area height of 0 for her ice prison limit break. Like, that is a obscene nerf. She has 1 range height, and 0 area height now. Wow. And then even on Blizzaga Blade, she has range height was 2, area height of 1, and now it goes to range height of 1 and area height of 0, which completely nerfs both of her calling card skills, her limit break and her strongest skill that's basically going to be on her main kit more than likely. So already she's devalued, like straight up she's devalued, because they told us that was some kind of error in the skill description. So already, just so you guys know, she's already nerfed. All right, so but now let's move into Rain. So we've already talked a lot about fryevia, why it's a trap. Like I said, I feel completely time limited. It's bad. Now Rain, nothing wrong with Rain. Rain is a very solid unit. He's a magic tank. He's a hybrid kind of magic damage dealer. He's not like super good. He's more like in the level of like a Ramza magic damage dealer. He's a fire-based unit, but he's still pretty solid. His TMR is pretty good. His TMR is actually a lot better than Ramza. If we click on that real fast, that is going to give you guys 496 HP, and then 14 Spirit. Insanely high Spirit. So that's a very good TMR, because Spirit's actually a very rare stat to get. So you definitely could make up your other like defense and accuracy, evade, agility, crit, and things like that, and other gear pieces. You know, like Hermes sandals and things like that. So you guys can make up a lot of your stats there. Or Sage's hat, things like that. You can make up your stats. So having very, very high HP, 500, basically 500 is like insanely good, and then 14 Spirit is very good. So his Trust Master is very good for Rain. And then his Master ability gives you 15 more Spirit. So he has a lot of Spirits, which makes him a very, very good tank. And then his board gives him an additional 8 Spirit. So basically he has starting 23 Spirit just in his kit. That's not including whatever gear you give him. So that's very, very good. Very, very good on magic tanking. Unfortunately, right now, he probably isn't going to be positioned particularly well right away, because we are still in heavy, heavy, heavy physical damage meta, which he doesn't accelerate at. Obviously, Engelbert and Mont are going to be better at that. So, but he will be good for future contents of the game and future meta shifts that we do get when we do lean to a more magic meta. But he does have Astral Guard, so that reduces damage taken for 3 turns. Then he's got, basically we just want to talk more about his defensive capabilities, because we already know he's going to be very similar to Ramza as far as damage, magic damage does. So he has Fire, he has Power of Black Rain, deals small magic damage to the target and reduces attack for 3 turns. Undermine deals small magical damage and decreases magic defense SPR. Blazing Physique increase ice, attack res, and grants poison, blind, petrify immunity for self for 3 turns. That's pretty cool. Deals moderate magical damage 3 times. So this is his moderate fire, and then Fire does moderate fire magic damage to AoE units. Then the Red Mage, he's got Curia, Fire, Magic Reflex, chance to evade magical attacks. He has increased magic resistance on a passive. His other passives was increased magic enhance solid performance. Increased SPR, that's pretty good too. Increased magic resistance. He's got Itsuna for a cleanse. Jammer Thrust deals heavy magic damage to target and prevents the target from casting an ability. So that's very, very good in magic meta as well. Then the Knights, basically similar Knight kits. He's got Power Break, Divine Heal, Arm Break, AP Break, Magic Break, Max HP, increase Max HP. That's just super strong, good passive ability, because it's just, you know, your general HP stat in general as a whole. And then Speed Break and Sword Guard. Speed Break's going to reduce speed and then reduces the amount of damage taken. So, super strong. Like, I don't have anything negative to say about him. He's solid. But the main thing why you also shouldn't pull is because he's going to be in the general pool. So, when he's a unit you don't need to have right now, will getting him early help you? Yes, of course, you can start working on his Shard Quest for his regular Hard Quest. You are going to get access to his limited Shard Quest mission. But because you're getting so many shards of him for the July bonus, on top of other ways you're going to be able to get shards for him, it's not a necessity because he's in the general pool. So you can buy 5 shards a week from him in the weekly shop. You guys can do his quest once you eventually pull him. So you can always pull him off banner. And like, I pulled 4 other URs: Whisper, Miranda, Catone, all those units off banner. So you always have the opportunity to do that. So you don't need to chase every new regular unit when they come out if you're not planning to really go heavy and invest and use them right away. So that's why I say, like, one of my biggest should you summon advice things in my videos are buy the shards, not really go hard on the banner, because with the shards you have a guarantee of what you're getting out of your biz spend, right? So, and the other reason you don't really have to go super hard for him is Dario is another very good unit you guys could pick up down the line. He's got defense mine plus 10. You know, he's not quite as high in magic, obviously. Like, if we look at the magic stats here, Rain has massively more magic than him. He's got 226. Dario's got 158, so a 75 difference in magic. So I do get that. HP-wise, they're pretty... Or actually, no, Rain actually almost 3,000 HP. So yeah, I mean, obviously it's a UR compared to an MR. The stats are going to be significantly different, but he does have a lot of the kit things with Magic Resist, Magic Guard, Magic Barrier. So he has a lot of those things that Rain does as far as ability-wise. Obviously, Rain stat-wise is going to be superior. He is a UR, and he has built-in Spirit into his kit. So that's kind of my 2 cents on the banner. And Rain, like I said, if you can get, and also Rain's value also diminishes if you cannot get his weapon in the tower. That is the only really good weapon you can give him because he's a two-handed sword user. Unfortunately, he cannot use the Nagnarok. So if you guys did make a Magic or Vital Nagnarok, that obviously would be a very powerful substitute, but you can't use it because he's a two-handed sword user. So he cannot even use the Nagnarok, so you are forced to really go for his tower weapon. So if you cannot beat the whatever floor the blade is on, which some people are saying it's going to be 20, that's what it was in JP. A lot of people were saying maybe they're going to throw Global a bone and they're going to make it on a lower floor, so it's a lot more attainable. We'll have to see when the event does drop tomorrow. But at any rate, if you can't get that, it's a severe handicap to Rain. Like, he's not nearly as powerful or as good if you cannot get that weapon for him. So that's another contingency on, are you ready to get to that floor for the Crimson Blade? If you can't, then obviously Rain's even more of a skip at this point in time for you. And like I said, you don't have to just be like, I'm never gonna get him, never gonna use him. You can always get him down the road, is what I'm trying to say, guys. So we are going to get quite a bit of viz this week from this event and login bonuses and things like that, but you want to be conservative of what you plan to pull for. And honestly, guys, unless I would be completely shocked if any free-to-play player currently, unless you skip Tactics, Lucia, all those different things that we've had recently in the game, unless you skipped all those banners, I don't see how you're going to have enough viz free-to-play or even a Dolphin Minnow semi-spender to get fryevia maxed out this period. I don't see that happening. I really don't. You would be mind-blowing me if you guys were sitting on 50k plus viz. I think minimum you need 50k. And that's being super generous to you guys if you guys are getting the refreshes, the whimsy shops, and she's popping up like crazy, and you pull her super early in the banner. A lot of things RNG-wise have to go your way. If you guys look at other content creators, I've seen multiple content creators take 35k to pull Sid. So that's what all I'm saying, guys, is the odds in your favor to get her and to be able to invest is super, super low. The only way I will retract my statement and say that she's worth investing in is if they straight up bring her in like Ramza and you can straight up buy the unit for 2,000 paid. That is the only reason I would say she's worth building. Other than that, as it stands now, she's a complete skip. Rain's awesome. He's a great unit to have access to, but you don't need to have him right now on Global. You can get him later. Because right now, we're not in the Magic meta until Kilfi comes out on Global, which still should be, I would say, at least 8 weeks, at least minimum. Because she's, I believe, after Warrior of Light, if I'm not mistaken, and we still have to get Vienna and then Warrior of Light, and then after that, then I think Kilfi comes. So probably 6 to 8 weeks is probably a good time range for to see her. So until she comes out, you really don't need to have Rain built. So you guys could pull him on free summons or other banners, things like that down the road, where you don't need to be pulling for him specifically right now. So anyway, guys, that's giving me my 2 cents on the whole situation here with the banner this week of the global exclusive banner coming to Global. Like I said, guys, if there's any advice you learned from my channel, please take the advice this week. And not only will this help your account, but this may be a sign to Gumi. Don't be doing this to our banners. Don't be doing this global exclusive units. And don't be making so many time-limited units so close together, because they just are not realistic to build all the time. It's just not especially for free-to-play. So anyway, guys, if you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure you guys drop a like down below. Hit subscribe if you guys are new, and ring the bell for future notifications so you guys do not miss the next War of the Visions video here on Fort Misery Gaming. And I hope you guys did learn something from today's video, and if you guys did, make sure you guys share out the video as well to all your other War of the Visions friends and family. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning